do that every time. There we go. How you guys doing? Nice to see ya on this Monday night. I was gonna start to do Sunday afternoons, and yesterday was my son's joint co-birthday. Albert and Peter. They were born like 5 days apart, 2 years apart, obviously. So I was doing that yesterday instead, and so we're going to do this stream tonight for the first half. We're going to have on Dan, the Professor Kaiser, in the first quarter, and in second quarter we're going to have on Greg the Greek. He's I don't know if he'll want to call himself a live wagering specialist, but I'm going to call him a live wagering specialist. And so Greg will be doing that with us to see if we can place some live wagers, and I'll wait till to place any wagers until we get him on, and we'll see if we can make some money tonight doing some live wagering. I'm really looking forward to that. So what's going on here tonight? My bookie killer tonight is on the Mavericks, and that game starts in about 30 minutes. And so I think I'm 19-11 since I started streaming with those picks. And in our Discord, we have a lot going on, lots of free picks, lots of people, and it's growing every day and stuff, and I'm looking forward to different things. You know, I was thinking before the Super Bowl, well, we should do a stream during the Super Bowl for sure. That would be sweet, I think. And do live wagering during the Super Bowl would be awesome. And we could have, before it starts, a Madden tournament. I haven't played that game in years, but it would be something, sort of content to add to the channel, as long as there's money down on it, of course. Yeah. So what do you guys think tonight? The Chargers and the Chiefs here in Mexico City. I've already placed my wager at Twitch. So if you guys want to join the Twitch contest, it's really easy. You earn chips just by hanging out in the chat. And then you just place your wager. And so we're broadcasting to 5 different platforms. Twitch is the main one, but we also have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and on Mixer. Wow, I wish I had the Knicks. Yeah, did you guys see that in the state of New Jersey in October, the state made profit $500 million from the wagering, the legal sports wagering. That's in the casino and online. $500 million profit. Oh, that's no good. I didn't mean to do that. It is 5. It would be cool to have more people watching on Mixer. Come on, Mixer. $7,500 on the chefs. Wow. So Dan, yeah, we got a few things to talk about. You've been killing it in college football. You have been doing exceptionally well in the NFL. So, could be the dream season. I just keep reading, you can never hit 70% and 65%. These are unattainable numbers over the long term, which of course is true. But I would argue that you could hit those numbers over the course of a season, one season. Absolutely. Because if you're talking 50,000 picks and then 100,000 picks over 20 years, I mean, of course you're going to be able to hit 70% over one season in one sport. I heard something beep. Don't know what that was. Dun 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 dun. I don't know what that beep was. There's too many beeps and blurps and different things going on here. You got to monitor all the time. make sure your levels are all always right. Like the music isn't too loud. Like in my ear, it's kind of loud, but I have control over that volume here. And then I have to make sure it's not too loud for you guys. Well, my voice is loud enough. At the same time, I have to make sure my my guest's voice is loud enough. And unfortunately, it's on the same track as the desktop audio, the guest audio. So there's nothing I can do. Here we are, the Star Spangled Banner. Now let's quickly take a look around the horn here. Michigan State is laying an absolute beating on Charleston Southern. Like, still, they're covering early there. As I say, I wish I had the Knicks. Anyways, I love that the house band is Devo, and I have no warnings whatsoever. No, whatever they're called. I already got one strike by Twitch by rebroadcasting their own broadcast of Thursday Night Football. That stunk. At the time, I was only broadcasting to Twitch, and I was paranoid that I would never be allowed to do it. But 24 hours later, it was unlocked. Wow, look at chronic triggers. So the bets that I have today are on Portland plus 7.5, Dallas minus 4.5, and Chargers. But I also liked the Capitals on the puck line, and they just scored a goal. Boom! Right as I said that, now leading 2-0. jumping out to a quick 5-0 lead in the first 2 minutes. I wish I had my blue energy dome now. Ready when you are. All right. I would say we are definitely ready. We are bringing on our first guest who needs no introduction. He is now a staple of this show. He is the show. Dan, the Professor Kaiser, comes on in. We're going to switch over to the 1960s music here.
Great.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Great.
Uh-huh. And so you had a really great weekend. Why don't we just get into that? Because you had a great weekend, and you don't promote yourself a lot. So why don't we just quickly do that?
Yeah, no, I had a really good weekend. 5-0 Saturday.
Yeah.
4-0 in college football, and I had the under in the Virginia college basketball game.
So this is Saturday.
Which is Saturday, and then 4-0 yesterday in the NFL.
4-0 on Sunday. So you went 9-0. This is documented at Covers Experts. So congratulations, Dan, and you've been giving out tons of free play winners here. So your clients are obviously dancing in the streets this morning. So what about this game here tonight?
Yeah, I didn't make any plays on this game. I don't know. I just thought after such a good weekend, I didn't really have a great feeling. Like I said, like in the contest, I took the Chiefs. I would have taken the Chiefs.
Okay, so you did not. For the record, you do not have a play on this game.
No.
Do you have any plays tonight, like in the hockey or anything?
Tonight I played the Capitals on the puck line.
Oh, I like that one too.
And they're up 2. I just saw they just scored to go up 2-0.
Nice.
And then I've got the under in the other hockey game tonight.
All right.
And then I free picked on the Insider's Room. I gave out Auburn in college basketball.
Mm-hmm. Is that started yet?
Yeah, last time I looked, they were up 11 early. They're minus 14.
Well, there you go. That's a good start.
Yep.
And so here we go. The Chargers about to jump out here. And so in our second quarter, Dan, as I say, I got to figure out the three-way thing, because that would be sweet to keep you on. I got to figure out how to do that. But I think you do it with Skype. And so one person's on Skype and one person's... Okay. Or maybe we can do it. Maybe it's just a voice chat, but it's not video. In fact, I'm not sure if Greg is going to be on video. I hope he is. Jeez. That field, you see that? That trip? You see that trip in the open field there?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just there's no one around him. I mean, and his leg buckled there underneath the turf. You could see the turf gave way there majorly. Yeah. Huh. Still, nice catch.
That was so. Yeah, and then I saw. Didn't you give out Didn't you give out a free play today on this game?
I did. I got the Chargers.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't put a free play up on this game on in
Right.
your room
Okay.
either.
Gotcha.
Because every time I go against you, I lose. So
Is that right? I
yeah,
didn't know that. Okay.
I think I've gone against you like 2 or 3 times on insiders. Not because I didn't like don't pay attention
Right.
into your
Right.
picks.
Right. Right.
And I've gone against you.
Right. Right.
I think every time I've lost. So
You know, I saw an interesting comment today from a guy on Twitter, and he's a big name dude on Twitter. In fact, his name is like handle is Big Man on Campus. And
okay,
I don't know anything about him, and I don't want to talk trash about him at all because I think he's got a huge following. And he seems really sharp and cool, and I would actually love to have him on the show. But just him, one comment he made today just about betters or professionals who put out wagers on sports and who have a quote unquote favorite team in college sports, he was talking about.
mm-hmm.
Uh, they shouldn't have an opinion. They shouldn't be gambling on sports. And I just was thinking to myself, well, I know the most die-hard Michigan State fan of all time, yet he bets on and against Michigan State like all the time. And in fact, I just was thinking to myself, I was going to refute that tweet, but just I think I disagree in that I think you use your knowledge from week to week to bet on or against the team, even though
Yeah,
you love them. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, for case in point, I took them. I took Michigan Saturday
You took Michigan Saturday, right? Case in
against
point,
State. Yeah,
right there. Chronic triggers.
I think I've bet against them the last 3 games they played. To be honest.
Chronic triggers is in the house here, and he's bet on the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, I know. I hear people say that also, or people say, "Oh, they'll either bet on their team or they just won't bet it at all." But so my thing is, if that's your team, you
Mm-hmm.
should know. You should know more about them. And if you follow them closely, like I followed State this year, I just know their team's not good this year. Their offense is terrible. Their defense isn't the same as it's always been. So
So you're
they
a
just don't have.
realist. You're a realist, unlike.
Yeah, well, they just don't have the horses to stay within Ohio State. They don't have the and the wait, now if this Michigan State game was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, it might have been different. But Michigan's just playing so much better now,
Right.
and State's terrible. So you know, I just you just I, yeah, as you said, maybe a realist or whatever. I have no problem betting against them if I have a feeling. And that
So
way, I figure if they do get blown out like against like they did against Michigan, at least I can be happy I got money.
right. So I wanted to just quickly touch on base to a couple of people that have come into the chats and everything. First to Chronic Triggers. I talked to the guy directly today, specifically about your account, and he said he wants to know your real name on the account, which you can do through the Discord to me, or the account number, and he'll make sure you got it. That's it. It's a done deal. So you just have to supply me with that information, and he'll get it done. Done deal, man. So here we go. I'm gonna also now go over to Mr. Greg Rindosh. He's on YouTube, and he saw the Chargers at +6. Look at this. Jeez. 3rd and 12. Well, who has the under? Who has the over? I like the under.
Yeah, if I would have taken something, I would have taken the under. But yeah, it's just the Chargers' offense has not been great
Uh huh.
in the last few weeks, but it's Kansas City's defense, so they could get healthy real quick against that defense. But yeah, I would have went the under if I played it.
Funny, I got a funny comment here. If you're reading that in Twitch, Dan, do you have that on Twitch from Chronic there? He says, because we're talking about the theory.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Josh Sylvester. Okay, I'm gonna message him right now.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine Saturday, he was sending me messages during the Michigan game at first. He's like, "Oh, I think it's after state scored." He goes, "Oh, you guys aren't looking too good, or you guys are looking good." And then about 20 minutes later, he goes, "Oh, I take that back." And I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, I don't." I said, "Yeah, but I bet on Michigan. One of my plays is on Michigan." And he came back laughing, and he said, he goes, "I think that I find," he goes, "I find that funny that you'd bet against your favorite team." And my response was, love is love, and money is money. And after living in Thailand for 14 years, I came to the conclusion that the two should never meet.
Okay, that's funny.
So, and he's lived in Thailand also for years, so he thought he got the joke. But
Right. So Greg is saying he's liking the under 53 right now, but would rather live bet the over if there's not a lot of scores early. So maybe just hold off. I'm going to wait to bet the second. I'm going to wait to live bet until the second quarter. So then we'll just wait then. Unless you absolutely think, Greg, that I should be hammering something at this point. And remember, I don't have access to the player props like at DraftKings, etc. Those seem that will all be available soon for everybody. I mean, it's just a matter of time now. Single game wagering. The high altitude should make these defenses tired, Greg is saying. Yeah, these really big, huge men in the trenches, it's going to open up and the run game's going to happen, and then that's going to open up the play action. Good call, good call. That's our.
It's a good theory.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm
It
all
sounds
about trying
good.
to
No,
get into the
no,
psyche and theories of the game, and I think that's a good one.
no, it sounds good though. Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds good. And
for sure.
Sometimes I forgot they were playing in Mexico City.
I gotta get it off this. This music is gonna kill me here. Oh, I wish I had on just a like a mix, but I don't. I unfortunately got to do this for now until we become huge and mainstream. But for now, wow,
So
that's unbelievable. It's 20. It's 2,000. I thought he was going to say 20,000. It's 2,000 feet higher than Denver. Did you know that?
No.
2,000 feet higher than Denver, Mexico City. The altitude. 2,000 feet higher than Denver.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Imagine playing soccer there all the time.
70-yard field goal coming.
Right. It's like moonball. Oh, that didn't look too great.
No.
So Portland, Houston, 2023. As I say, I wish I had the Knicks, but I don't.
Did you have any basketball today?
I do. Those are two of my bets. I have Portland and I have Dallas. And I liked that Washington wager, and it's still 2-0 Capitals. So, yeah, buddy. see what's going to happen here. Oh, nice completion. Wow, he waited long in the pocket there. Dump that right at the last second. So is Anthony Hardaway or Anthony what's his head playing for Portland yet? They signed Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's playing. They
And
must
their air
be.
pollution is way worse, Chronic is yeah, no doubt, than in Denver. So throw in massive altitude and also extreme pollution. No doubt about it. You can't be the biggest city in the world and not have unbelievable pollution. Obviously. And with like little regulations. So we have another capper who's just joined us on Facebook. So Jesse, Mr. Shule, the Iceman, I'm not sure who he has on this game tonight. Maybe the under, maybe the over, maybe the Chiefs, maybe the Bolts, or maybe he has a bunch of player props. Player props are sweet, and yeah, live betting the player props is sweet, and yeah, just live wagering in general on your cell phone during the middle of the game is sweet. And so we're going to be doing that a little bit later. Mr. Greg the Greek. Wow, look at this. He's airing it out. Man, that had no chance.
Oh.
So yeah, Discord has been pretty fun and pretty cool. I think that's going extremely well. Like, even though we have such a small amount of people and stuff, but still, a few become every day, and there's a few big names in there. Yourself, of course. We also have Over Under Girl. She's stopped by a few times. Yesterday, she actually gave out a winning free pick on the Patriots. We also have Adam. I don't know how to pronounce his last name correctly. Lockworthy. Come and stop by a little bit. He's giving out NHL picks. He's also giving out esports selections. I've really been impressed with everything to do with him, and I'm hoping one day that we could come on and we could talk about NBA 2K esports. It's going to be really exciting this third year, so I think that he's going to start to get into that, and maybe we can pick his brain about that or any of the other things that he's working on. Wow. Nothing doing. Under. This game is looking like.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Tyreek Hill's hobbling off. Ooh. Now they can smell the blood.
Yeah, Auburn's up 19 in the first half, which is good.
So 9, eh? So okay, yeah, this I gotta start reading. Greg has sent over a really awesome thing here that tells me how to do it on Discord, how to have multiple people on it at once. So I'll look into that. It's a good link.
That's cool. I figured there
Yeah,
had to
so
be a
we'll
way
try.
to.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try with Greg. Hello, Greg,
Yeah,
Dan.
you called me again.
Uh huh. And I think
No, we're
might.
all in here.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I just have to switch over. I'm only on voice right now because I'm not on my.
Okay. Do you want me to? How about we call you back? I kind of put you on the spot there, but we do have at least the. So you guys have to hit your video, the video button. There's a cross through the video. There's Dan.
Yeah, no, I'm not on my cell phone. It's
Okay.
because I don't have a camera on my computer. So
Right.
if I switch on my cell phone and you call me,
Yeah. So why don't I call you
So
back
let me
in like 10 minutes then, Greg? Okay.
yeah, when you guys are ready. But it's good that it works.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. This is totally cool for sure. That's
All
totally
right,
awesome.
cool. Yeah, I'll talk. Oh, that's cool, and I could see Dan here.
No, that's not awesome. No, no, it's not awesome. You can see me, but that's just the price you're gonna have to pay.
Okay. We'll.
I'll talk to you.
I'll call
I'll
back
let you
in a
guys
few minutes.
finish out the quarter.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
All right.
All right. That was a great test. Hey,
All right.
that was a good test, eh?
Yeah. Am I back or?
Yeah. But you gotta do your camera thing again.
Yeah. Let me find it here. Just like I got so many different things popping up here. I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the washroom for 1 sec, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna put it on the big camera for you.
Charger's looking good. Big run there.
Nice, I see that.
All right. Capital's still looking good. 2-0. Almost end of the second period. Yeah, so there's a lot of, if you've never checked out the Discord, I would recommend that. This early in the week it was a little bit of a mess, but I mean, it was really good this weekend. There's a lot of good picks from a lot of different people, free picks on there from a lot of different people. Just a little bit of banter. So it was good. It's a good place to go, get some information. I wouldn't say bet everything that you see there, but it's just good information. You can ask questions of me or Nick or whoever else is on, whoever else is posting plays. You can always ask them questions. It's a pretty good site. As again, it's just starting out, but it's a pretty good place to go and just get some information. Good play here. Drop.
Okay, Dan, I'm working my way back in here.
Good.
What
No, I just,
what happened
just,
here?
no, I just,
Oh, another 4th and 5. Jeez.
yeah. No, I was just saying, I'll this weekend in Discord is a pretty good weekend. A lot of,
Oh yeah.
so,
No,
good
we were
picks.
talking about that.
Good picks. Not good information. Not a lot of drama
Yeah.
this weekend.
For sure.
No, that was pretty good. Good weekend there.
Okay, Greg just hammered Melvin Gordon over 68.5 yards. I love the Auburn play. I was going to hammer the over in the game too, Dan.
Missed the field goal.
Wow. 150 is low for the Auburn pace of play, and that will work in case you host anyone in your Discord as a future guest. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm. Discord's an amazing thing, isn't it? For utilizing many different aspects of everything. Yeah. All right, so let's quickly check some of these scores again. Portland and Houston are neck and neck. Wow, Washington has a 3-0 lead on Anaheim now. That's good news.
Well, they must have scored in the last 35 seconds before the end of the period.
Because what was I gonna say? Yeah, the Ducks have they average 2.25 goals on the road, and they're up against one of the hottest goalies in the entire league there. In Holtby.
Yeah, they did. They scored with 34 seconds left to go in the period.
Wow.
So that's.
So yeah, Dan, you can sit in on the second half with us, or second quarter. Sorry.
All right. Sure.
And yeah.
Yeah, well, I was telling you, I felt bad. I told you I was at my son's basketball game.
Right.
And it's 8th grade, so my son's team, they got some big kids and they're pretty athletic, and the coach likes to do the full quarter press right off the bat, and the team they were playing wasn't very good, and
Right.
they were killing them.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach kept pressing, and I it's one of those things. I was telling my son after the game, I started feeling bad a little bit, and then I couldn't, because my son's not very tall. He's not one of the starting 5. He's probably not even the starting rotation, like the first 8 men. So
Right.
I gotta root for these blowouts, because the bigger that his team's winning, the more he gets to play.
Right.
Yeah. So, if it's a 10 or 15 point game, no, I need a 20, 30 point game. So he gets in there and gets to play the whole quarter.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I'm sitting. I usually end up sitting, I don't know why. I usually end up in the other team's section.
Right.
Parents are complaining. Oh, why? It's middle school, why are you scoring so much? And I'm just going yeah, score, let's go. Get my son in there. But yeah, Auburn's up 32-10 32 at the break.
Wow.
So
That Dallas game's just started. Portland and Houston are still just right there.
so there's no William Burns tonight.
No, I haven't seen him in the chat yet
Yeah.
to make his wager. So did Tyreek Hill come back? No.
They hadn't had the ball.
Huh?
They haven't had the ball since he hobbled off.
Okay, I'm just wondering if he's back yet.
I don't know. This will be the first time Kansas City has the ball back, so we shall soon see.
But yeah, Super Bowl should be fun to do live wagering on. Obviously, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna stream during the Super Bowl.
So who would you take in the end for the MVP right now?
In
NFL.
Russell Wilson over Lamar Jackson so far. Only because gonna give him the benefit of the doubt at this point. I mean, maybe Lamar Jackson will go all the way and win the Super Bowl, but
yeah, no, somebody was just talking about the latest odds, and you can get Jackson at like plus 245, plus 225 or something, which I didn't think was a bad.
yeah. No, he's amazing. I mean, but I don't know. I think it's just too early to say, don't you think? Like, they're just so equal at this point, those two. Anyways, right? Who else could it be but those two?
Yeah.
So they're neck and neck at this point.
But yeah, but again, as you say, it is too early. That's the thing. That's why. Because if you remember, was it 2-3 years ago? Basically, Wentz. Everybody thought Wentz was going to win it after like week 12 or 13 or something, and he got hurt.
That's right.
So, and the way Jackson plays, I mean, he could get hurt. He could get hurt the next game. So yeah, I was just asking.
No, that's a good question, and I wonder what Greg thinks about. Maybe you can ask Greg that question too when he comes on. So here we go. So it's actually, yeah, Tyreek's in there. Last year I live wagered the Super Bowl MVP while the game was going on. That's interesting. Well, the game was, and Jackson has a really good shot because Seattle's schedule is tougher. Right. So if Seattle can continue to win, though, then it's a lock with the tougher schedule. So I guess I reserve to see what happens over the next 3 weeks, you know? Neil the Legend, they should start the NFL on Twitch and have you call games. I would love to do that, buddy. But they have so much stuff on there, Neil. It's just so saturated with people talking about the NFL and college football and every aspect of everything. Fantasy, now gambling. Did you know that Fox now has its own sports book? Fox. Did you know that? Did you know that, Dan?
Yeah, I heard something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a sports book, so they They're like promoting it. People are giving picks. Like I saw a thing today. They gave out everybody who bet the Cardinals because of Colin Coward gave out a pick on the Cards. Anybody who bet the Cards at +10 and got the push, they decided at like 2 o'clock this afternoon that they would instead, for everybody who had a wager on that at their book, they would grade it a winner, and they gave everyone who had a wager on that a win. And so that's a good PR move, obviously. And then these people are betting and loving that book and thinking they're the best. And
Yeah, but Paddy Power in England or Ireland, Paddy Power used to do that all the time. And
oh, is that an
remember,
interception?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. If it was a sport or if it was soccer or something, and they paid the bet off like a month before it was actually over.
Right.
Because the team had such it might have been soccer. The team had like such a big lead at the time that they paid the bet off at like a month before the season was over, and then another team came back and took the title.
Greg has a good point here. Talking to your point, Seattle's schedule is tougher, but Russell never gets hurt. Basically, to your point, that Jackson does get hurt. His style, although they have similar sort of styles, but as he's gotten older, it's not quite as what it used to be, I guess. His rushing and everything.
Right. Yeah, but that again, that's the thing about the quarterback position. I know Russell doesn't get hurt, but you just have that one instance that something happens and a lineman rolls up on the back of his legs and he tears a knee or something.
Of course, that could be with anybody, but
right.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying though. I know he doesn't get hurt, but that's the thing. He doesn't get hurt, but that's you always have those freak things. Well, who would have thought Mahomes would have dislocated his knee on a quarterback sneak?
Yeah.
I know that's the thing. Things happen, and like you're saying, you bet it this early. The only reason you bet it this early is because the odds are better. Because if Jackson has 3 really great games like he's had the last 2 or 3, you're not going to be able to get it at plus 200.
Right.
So that's you got to kind of take your chances and. Yeah, but again, you almost had it again.
So Neil says he's going to run with a Raiders flag tomorrow, yelling first place. after San Diego or LA wins this game. Wow, he got it. Big 3rd and 11 there. That's going to run out the clock here for the first quarter. So that's coming down to the wire here, and Greg, the Greek, will be coming on to join us in the second quarter. So we still have a little bit of time here. There's no rush. And we'll bring Greg on in a second here. And then we'll get into some live wagering. I forgot to do this. This is live now. That looks better. I wish I had a better ticker that I could have. A big ticker that showed the score a little bit better than that CBS Sports Line one. No, Neil, I mean, you got to be just loving your Raiders, no doubt. They're defying the odds, and I would have to say that it's all Gruden.
Yeah.
Right? Well, what's that defensive player, Khalil Mack, doing in Chicago right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I mean, there's reason. I mean, look, but the thing though, and this is funny because I listen to Chicago sports talk like all day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because now yeah, last year what a great trade, and even now they think it's still a good trade, but now they're like, what's really bad is in another year, it could look like Oakland won that trade.
Yeah, no
And they're
doubt.
saying that, yeah, how bad is that going to be if Oakland actually wins that trade?
No, it's great for. I would say it's a success story. The way that he ripped it apart, and at this point, it is what it is. And then they're going to leave this year and go to Vegas. That's sweet. And he's going to open up this new stadium, and yeah, I mean, they're literally, as Neil is saying here, if KC goes down, are the Raiders gonna win, be in first in the division at that point, or not sure about that one.
Neil.
I'm playing GTA. This game is boring. Yeah, this game isn't the best, so thank you for stopping in, buddy, and go Raiders. No, I think it's a good story. So the second quarter is starting here. We'll just wait a few more minutes. I'm bringing open my. I'm opening up my account here, and let's see some second half lines here. Nothing yet. So Dan, you're back. Let's see if Greg's around again, okay? I'll see if I can do this. This will be hilarious if we can get the three. Oh, so this was a huge gainer here?
Yeah.
Another huge gainer. All right, let's see if we can bring Greg the Greek in. Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Can you see me?
You have to hit the little red arrow on your video box. Do you see the...
Hold on one second. Oh, too much.
If it doesn't come down to it, Greg, and we have to just use the audio because we can hear you. You can hear Greg, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Awesome. This
What's
works
up, guys?
great. What's up, Greg?
We were just talking about in Shooter's Discord about betting the over.
Okay.
At 44.5. I think it's gone up a little bit since then. What's going on though? I much respect for what you guys have been doing. Hopefully I can help you guys grow a little bit.
No, I really appreciate you coming on here. Greg is a part of our Discord, and he came over from Team Shooter's Discord, and Shooter McGavin, he's got a large following on Twitter, and these guys have been totally cool. And Greg, the Greek, he came over from that community over to our community, and he's helping us out a little bit here. And we can definitely clip your video here, Greg, and we can
That's
use
cool.
it however you want. Yeah, man, for sure, absolutely.
Basically, I mean, I follow all these guys, like anyone from that you can find online, someone like you, Dan, all the way down to people that I found on forums when I started 10 years ago. So I have like that's why when I found the Discord, I was really happy to see that people are starting to step into the Discord arena.
Right, because as you were saying, I think you even pointed out to me maybe a week or two ago, you're just saying how much better it is than Twitter, and that eventually all the Twitter people are going to figure that part out and how much better it is. I mean, there are some large sports gambling related Discords out there, which I'm sure you're also a part of. Shooters is quite a bit bigger than mine, but there are a few.
Shooter just started that. You guys just started, right?
Yeah, we just started, and yeah, so did Shooter. Yeah, so we're just starting. So baby steps for sure, and no, I'm really happy with the way that's going, and I'm just so happy that you're here and we're doing this. And so we're on a commercial now. I'm gonna hit refresh to see. You're really liking the over, eh?
I bet I just got it at 41.5.
So it's 42.5 here.
Okay. Yeah, that actually, those are some key numbers though. That the 42 and 43, 41,
Mm-hmm.
they all tend to bite you in the ass if you're 1 or 2 points off.
Right, and so it's 17.5 for the first half. Over under 17.5.
Yeah.
And what are you getting on that?
For the first half?
Yeah.
Let me check. I don't know if I have that available. Actually, no, I do. But yeah, I enjoyed the conversation you guys are having before about like the MVP and stuff.
Right.
I'm into those types of things. Like I had Verlander to win Cy Young. I had Yelich who got fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Who else? I went on Josh Jacobs a few weeks ago at like plus 450 to win Rookie of the Year. I feel like that's a lock.
Yep. Yeah, that's very good.
But I'm into those types of things because I think that's where you can find like the value.
And you were just telling me that you were doing live wagering on what's going on here? 11th interception. So that was an interception.
First half total 16.5 is what I got.
So that was an interception there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, but when did you get Verlander? Like what?
So
Early in the season or later?
oh yeah, fucking before the season started, and it wasn't even that great. It was
Okay.
$40 paid, 720,
Okay.
whatever that was. Like I guess 16-1 or something like that. I
Okay.
forget. It wasn't even that great, you know, considering you're laying for a whole season. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and to be honest, when it came down, I thought, I mean, obviously pitched in Detroit, so I've always been a fan of his. But yeah, I thought he was going to lose out to Cole, to be honest.
The only reason he got it was because of the extra innings and the fact that if you looked at him, he had 136 earned runs or something, and he gave up 36 home runs. So if you looked at like pretty much like, you know, only about 60% of his runs were given outside of the home run ball. It was just like pretty incredible stat line. But
So
yeah,
Greg, I have
Cole's
40 here
runs are
now.
better.
40.
That is, yeah, I just can't see. Like I said before, they're playing defense now. When this gets to the second half and they're tired and this altitude, I think that the score will run up in a hurry.
What are you getting on the total at this moment?
Yeah, it's still 41.5.
So do you like
And
that
the
40?
reason why, I just like the pace of play and the fact that Chiefs don't play defense. You know what I mean? The Chiefs can score and they don't play defense. They're perfect over. They're ideal for overs.
Well, I'll take the 40 at a half unit then, okay?
Yeah, I think that's favorable, man. I can't see unless there's no scores till the end of that. Even if there's no scores till the end of the half, you still have a chance to cash it.
Yeah, of course.
So,
It changed on me.
So, Dan, I'm curious. What's your like forte? What's your? Of course, they always do that, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would probably say college football and basketball.
Yeah. Oh my God, muffed. Chargers got it. So there you go. That's why you got to lock in that over at 40. You know.
I'm trying to say the college sports.
Yeah.
I had a good baseball season. I ended up in baseball.
You're one of the few people.
In baseball,
It was a tough season.
I had a decent. It
was a hard.
I find I'm good at money. I like money line sports. Definitely baseball. I've had 2 successful seasons betting underdogs and favorites and totals, and also I feel I have decent handle on the NHL.
Right.
But yesterday,
NHL.
Yesterday, you guys, the books took a beating because of it was a big public day yesterday, the biggest of the whole season, and they're saying that they're going to get killed again tonight if it goes over and Chiefs. And so now they're of course looking pretty
good on that.
Yeah. So yeah, let me just check some more live wagering here. Greg, I really totally appreciate you coming on here. You're adding content to the show and just.
Oh, no problem, man.
And I would love to have you on.
My plays, so like Melvin Gordon over 68.5.
Right.
Right out shortly after that, I think you got like a 30-yard run, so like that's already almost halfway. And since the Chargers are up, they're going to be running the ball.
Right.
So you got to like that. Yeah, no, there's tons of value with. So it's very tricky though, because like there's two ways you can go about it, and I think that the first is definitely the way to go with in-game wagering. So the rule of thumb you always want to use is the opening line is your set point, or like where it's gonna guide you for where you find favorable plays. When you start to go against that, like you're really playing into the momentum of whatever circumstance the game is in. So like yesterday would have been a good example where the premise that I just gave would say, well, you would live bet like the over, right?
So it's 39 and a half now.
Game.
I have 39 and a half.
But if the trend keeps continuing and no one scores points in this game, that will keep going down and down.
Yeah.
But usually, more times than not, there's usually a normalization. And it usually comes back. More times than not.
No, I know. So what do you think about that 39 and a half?
I think it's good. I mean, well, the only thing that sucks now is that what's it called? San Diego or LA has the ball, and they're gonna.
It changed again on me. Yeah, no.
They're gonna run clock because they're gonna try to score.
It was already late, so now it's already at 40 again. So it was just at 39 and a half, and it went to 40.
Yeah, and those are some key numbers. They actually matter sometimes. You'd be surprised.
Okay, well, I'll hold off a little bit more.
I would say on that like half a point or whatever, it probably makes the difference. They say like 2 to 3% of the time in those types of bets.
Wow.
Something like that. You wind up losing because of the half a point.
So do you use you're on the East Coast, right? In Jersey?
Yeah. This is like where all the crazy pioneering of all this shit's going down. Basically,
no, it's awesome, man. I saw that the state made $500 million in October profit.
Yeah, it's the same people that own the like the AC casinos, right? So like they were struggling. They've been struggling for years down here. So they basically found a way, whoever they pick, greased up in Capitol Hill, to have them be the sole providers of these services in Jersey. So they basically got a monopoly, like Borgata, all the big casinos, Borgata, whatever. They're the ones that own they're the casino license backings for these DraftKings and FanDuels. I tell you though, these holding calls are terrible for overs.
I know. I tried to get it at 39 and a half again, and it was already too late.
Yeah, these holding. I mean, if they kill enough holding calls, they can keep the score down.
Yeah, we just have FanDuel and the mobile app FanDuel and DraftKings just came into Indiana.
Yeah, but you were saying you didn't live there or something, right? You had to drive.
Yeah, I gotta drive for me it's like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So for like live wagering, I can't do it, but for like just normal, because other than that, the closest casino that I can in Indiana that I can actually bet in is like an hour an hour away.
So you just use overseas, right? And shit.
Got it.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I just now I don't do a ton anymore. I do a little bit overseas. I just don't like betting offshore. It's just too much.
I feel you. To cash out and stuff.
And before it was all right when I was living in Thailand, because I used to use Pinnacle a lot, and it was easy.
Right.
But now that I'm over here, I gotta have other people place the bets or get the money, and it's just a pain in the ass. So, I do a little with DraftKings and FanDuel. It's just like I get up on Sunday or Saturday and just drive 15 minutes and place my bets and come back.
It's actually better because, I mean, it's good and bad. For the average person, it's better to do it like that because that's how they make their monies off the in-game stuff, because of impulse. People betting on impulse and stuff.
Yeah.
Chasing losses. That's how they make everything.
But it makes sense that DraftKings and they're doing it seems to me like they're leading the way as far as the player props, and wouldn't you say?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's gone. He might be going all the way. He's going all the way.
Nope.
Oh. He could have went further. He gave up.
Okay. Well, you guys, I'll share this here.
But you're right on that one thing, Greg. Though it probably has saved me on some weekends. It's probably saved me.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm not driving to lose more money.
It's a big deal, man. Think about it. If you go 1-1, right?
So you guys just check out the Discord. I did get the over, Greg, at 39.
There you go. That's money. I'm telling you. Second half, it's gonna be. Especially once a team gets up by a score or two, then the other team is going to be taking chances. And It all changes. But, yeah, dude, you're so right. Like, if you go 1-1, right, you're minus 1.1 units, right?
Right, yeah.
But if you go 0-0, you're even. And people forget that. That is like the most important. It's one of the most important concepts you need to know.
Touchdown.
Is like if you go 1-1, you're losing. If you go 0-0 is better than 1-1.
Yeah.
Always. So it's always about finding the edge.
This is fun with 3 people for sure. It's more fun.
But it also saves me the fact. It also probably keeps me from like this weekend. Saturday I was done. Or Sunday, I was pretty much done at 1 o'clock. I had 4 plays in for Sunday. I had 3 of them in, 3 on the 1 o'clock games, and both of them were pretty much over. And it just saved me from getting online and going, oh, I'm 3-0. Let's bet the 3-4 o'clock games.
Yeah, so, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So it saved me from just going crazy.
And think about it, So, for anyone, you have to drive, right? But for someone that doesn't, right?
Right.
For them, they always have it. So, what's the 2 situations they're going to be in? They're going to be in that situation you just described, let me parlay my winnings. Or they're going to be in the situation of, oh, shit, I lost 3 units. I got to get it back.
Let me get it back.
Either way, they're in on the prime time, right? They're in on prime time action either way.
Yeah.
So, they know that. They know that shit. And if you look at the results, that's why they get, a ridiculous amount more in prime time.
So look at that. It's 44.5 now.
See?
Yeah.
I got in at 41.5. I still feel good with that.
No doubt. Absolutely. No, I mean, look at it now. I mean, you have to be feeling good about it. I mean...
So yesterday, I was doing something crazy with the Chicago game because I saw how good the defenses were playing. Because I had the over in Gurley's rushing props at 65.5. And then he got it. And then I started hammering the under at 100. And because I had already cashed the ticket, I was like, you know what? And because they only use him so much because he's on carry load, load management or whatever over there.
Right.
So you can middle it like that on those player props, but I like to do that more with totals, like I was saying to you before. Like
William Burns is in the house here now, Dan. Just so you know.
Yeah, didn't he just go under? Did you say he had under 100?
What do you mean?
A girly.
Under 100, yeah. I think he did. I had under 102. He definitely went under. I don't know what he finished with. I think he
had like 94, 95. I think he got the 90s.
Yep, he did. It was perfect. It middled perfectly.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about that for this game. What did you asked me at the beginning, Nick? You said.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take the over? I said I like live betting the over. I said I would take the under right now, right? And you could have did that. You could have took the under and then thought that it would stay under.
And then I would have had that would have been like a 12 points. 12 points there. If it was 52 and a half and 39 and a half is what I got.
Right. And think about this. What if you hedged it with a first half over bet? So like let's say you were ready to add a bet on the over, right? And then you were hedging both ways, knowing that you're either going to get a more advantageous live bet line or you're going to win your first half bet. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the way you have to use the logic of live betting. Like thinking of it like that and finding scenarios and spots and then using that information to make correlated bets within the same game.
Right.
And that's how you really that's how you can turn a prediction into some serious You've been killing it, Dan, though. I've been following you for only a short while since the Discord's been up. So I don't know if you're usually this good, but Jesus Christ, man, you've been hot. Like
Listen, I'm not
hot.
I have to be honest. I have had Nick would know because I would say like just the last 2 or 3 months at the end of baseball season, I just seem to catch the end of baseball season going into now. In the last couple months in football, I've just been on a heater.
Yeah,
good timing for you.
You'll like this. So, like, you know how the odds change as the year goes on with the MVP?
Right.
So what I did last year, and I'm definitely going to do it this year, for college basketball, I watch a lot of college basketball. So, like, I would see what teams are good as the year goes on and which ones are kind of, like, fake good, I guess you would say, or not as good as what they seem. And what I'll do is I'll look at the numbers for them to win the national championship for NCAA, right? And you place wagers on the futures when you get them at good numbers, right? And they keep changing as the season goes on, right?
Right.
So when you start to see teams that are good bottom out at big numbers, like there's some teams that if you didn't get already, you'll never get at a good number, that sort of thing. But there's most teams out there will fluctuate as the year goes on. So you just keep going as the year goes on, placing these wagers, right? And last year I had 15 out of 16 teams that were in the final Sweet 16. I had a wager for a future on to win it all. And I won't make this mistake that I made last year, but last year what I did is I was trying to play this game where I was like hedging which ones would win, and I kept basically all the futures in play. Okay. And it's funny because Virginia was my number one pick because that's who I actually thought was going to win it all, and I had in my bracket. But I kept all these other futures, and what I could have done is at the beginning or the announcement of the brackets is I could have cashed them all out for whatever their expected value was at that point in time. And
very interesting.
Like, and I basically could have profited like a big number just from playing like the futures stock market, essentially. Right. Is what it is, right? Like that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the way I look at it. It's like it's kind of like
So Greg, look at this. It looks like the defenses are starting to wear down here already.
Right? Doesn't it seem like that?
Oh, big time. I mean, it's just a completely different game now. They're moving the ball. The defense is on its heels. Yeah.
The Chiefs' defense is statistically one of the the worst. So like that's another
against
thing
the
I'll
pass,
do
yeah.
for for the live in-game player props or wagering, right? Like what I'll do is like I try to use the eye test of what's going on, like watching it, but I'll try to like back that up with what I already know are historical trends backed up by data. So like I'll go look at the game logs for like a specific player to see how they've done over their career versus away versus home. How many carries does Melvin Gordon get a game, right?
Right.
And then I'm watching the live line and I see it dip below like a really favorable number, and I'm like, okay, hammer the over, that sort of thing. Like.
Yeah, Greg, you've been a great guest for sure. And this has been a great first half, and I'm like totally excited about, possibly any time you want to sit in. I mean, for sure, it's way more fun doing 3 of us together like this, and I can imagine it'd be even more fun with 4, and like
it's awesome.
to do like the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm sure you're going to be at a party. Don't want to do the show on the Super Bowl.
My family always. I can pop in for a few minutes, maybe. My family always has a big Super Bowl party every year. Lots of betting and stuff, food, drinking. Love the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's good that you have regular. Like, it doesn't matter now.
Maybe even like a guest appearance before, like. You know what I mean? Like, because it's going to be all day long, etc.
It's good that you guys have regular shows, though. I know it like doesn't seemingly matter yet because you don't have that many people, but like it's so important to be on a regular, like you are doing like prime time football.
No, totally. Otherwise, and just having record of it and everything. You know what I mean? Like, and getting the collection and having it it keeps like the recorded every show is in the library, etc. So as you say, it's totally important for that and so many other reasons, and just to keep going, little baby steps.
Yeah, but it is nice having somebody else here.
So
because then you can bounce ideas off each other.
Exactly.
That's what I like about the whole forum idea in the Discord is like I have all these ideas and like I want people to tell me like no, like that this is the reason why that's not a good play, or or that's the reason why that is a good play. I like hearing that and like debating over it, giving me 3 reasons why it's a good bet or 3 reasons why it's not. Nope.
Incomplete?
Yeah. How about that? Did you watch the Patriots-Eagles game yesterday? How about that call that they made? Did you see where he caught the ball in the end zone, like ruled it an interception, and the defender ripped it out of his hands?
Yeah.
What did you think about that play?
I thought it was a touchdown.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, how can
I thought it was a touchdown too.
Like, how can the guy have it and then not have it and it be intercepted before?
Exactly. How can it be exactly. How can it be? I was
listening to it on the radio actually when I heard it happen. I was like, wait, how's that possible? That sounds just like bullshit.
Yeah, it's got to be a reception first, and then it's over. And then right.
It didn't make sense. It's like, unless you're saying that guy didn't possess it and only the defender had possession where he possessed it at the end. But it's like, if it's shared possession, it goes to the...
Right. I think it was I think it might have been ESPN this morning, but I was on, maybe not, but they had a guest on it, and they're talking about like that pass interference in the Ravens game.
Right.
And they're like, well, if you're not gonna, if you're not going to call that, then if that's not interference, then what, are you ever going to, like, overturn a call or whatever? And one of the guys, I think it was the guest, goes, yeah, they'll do it in the playoffs when it happens to the Patriots.
It's so true. The guest it is a joke, though, dude. Actually, I wasn't on it, but I should have been on there. I knew that that's exactly how that game had to be for them to keep the Patriots in it, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, that's my kind of like my conspiracy theory for why the Patriots defense is so good this year. It's like it's the NFL's only way of keeping Tom Brady in the mix because he doesn't even have an offense. Like,
no, yeah.
Like they were exposed, because their defense isn't even good, Philly. So
no.
the fact that they look that bad
Yeah.
against Philly says a lot.
So
Like,
you're
it
loving
tells
Baltimore,
me-
is what you're saying?
I'm saying that the Patriots won't be in the Super Bowl. Is what I'm saying. I know that I say that a lot. I say that every year, and it's wrong. But
Yeah,
Well, there
I'm
you
one of
go.
those
Now
guys.
you're live, and this is totally on record now as saying that. So there you go.
I don't
Yeah.
think they will either.
They won't, man.
They won't be there.
I
this
like the
year.
Ravens. I even like the Chiefs before them. I
Right.
think all these teams can beat them
Right.
if a game's called. I mean, the Chiefs.
Well, what about-
let's
you
be
heard
real.
about,
last year? Did the Chiefs not have them on the ropes last year? Twice in the Monday night game.
Well, wasn't Gronkowski have a big announcement tomorrow?
He's coming back.
Well, he just said a big announcement. What else could it be? Unless he signed he's going to the WWE or something,
Yeah.
right?
He's got a new line of CBD. He's got a new line of CBD products. He's gonna sell you.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind.
That's
But,
what he
yeah.
does now. You know that?
Oh
He's
yeah,
like a promoter for a CBD
Yeah.
company.
that's good. It really does work, actually.
Does it?
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
What do
It
you
does.
What do you use? What do you use though? The like the cream. I know they have it like in every form now.
Yeah,
Can
in
you
every
just
form.
eat it? You can eat it. What do you do?
Yeah,
What do
you can ingest it. You can vape it. You can, as you say, it's a topical. It's a topical sort of thing, and so, I mean, it's for your joints and your muscles and stuff if they ache. That's what I
Yeah, is it
found
right
that it
up
works
there with
really
like
good for.
acupuncture and all those ancient Chinese medicines?
Yeah, I would say it's much better than any of those things for sure.
Really? Some people swear by like acupuncture and stuff.
No, I would say that this is for real. The Canadian government
Is all over it.
yeah, I mean it's completely legal up here, and the scientists of Health Canada are giving away legal health licenses for it. I mean, you know what I mean? So I'm not smarter than a scientist.
That's better than America. That's better than America. I mean, I got my governor of my state ran on the platform of legalizing. It's been 3 years and he still hasn't fucking put a bill through. So
Right. No.
it's pretty embarrassing when
Yeah.
they run on one promise and then do a totally different thing because of money.
Right.
But yeah, I've heard that it does good things.
It does. But yeah, no, this has been a totally successful interaction here on the three-way thing. And so American Thanksgiving, Greg, what about that? What do you usually do for that? You obviously betting on football.
I'm usually yeah, I mean, I usually do a family thing earlier and we eat, and I'll probably be around I'll be around to watch the primetime. They have a primetime game, right? Is that only on NFL? They used to only do that shit on NFL Network. Did they get rid of that now?
It's all day long. I mean, it's on all the major networks.
No, but they used to make the primetime game used to only be on NFL Network.
I see. Well, in
I don't know
Canada,
if it is
it's a little different, I guess. It's just all day long on the major networks for us up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so like, do you remember when they had Thursday Night Football on NFL Network? Did you
Yes.
not have to watch NFL Network for that?
Yeah, no, there was a time when it was just on NFL Network. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think they got rid of that because they have it on Fox now. The Thursday nights on Fox, or only the first couple games are on NFL Network or something.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that sounds like a good idea. So I'm more interested in helping you guys get more like expanding your viewers, like because like the truth is there's a market out there for people that want to see this type of thing, but they don't know how to find you.
Right.
Or where to find you. So
no, it's getting better and better, and I just
is it.
Well, as far as the show's structure and the content and being on top of everything and so yeah, that's what I mean is it's getting better and better that way. As far, I mean, no, we need more viewers and everything, and I mean it has been getting slowly better and better, But yeah, no, that would be the next step, is to try to get lots more viewers for sure.
And like,
'Cause I feel like we have a good handle on the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know the best way or anything, but I'm just trying to throw out some ideas. And I think that one of the best ways is probably to, like, either find another, like, up and coming show that has, like, a small viewership, and try to ask them to go on with them, like, to be a guest on their show, or promote your show. That sort of thing, and vice versa.
And I totally thought of that as well. Just the insider's room goes in on one of these.
Yeah, kind of like you already did with Shooter.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is it makes it a lot more fun doing the first half. So. Greg, you're a great guy, and
you can combo other people too.
No, I really appreciate you coming on, and you guys, Greg. We met Greg through the Discord, and he has instantly become a really great member of our community that's growing, and we have some really big names in there already, dropping free picks in there. Not only Dan, but other major. Handicappers and different people, and really sharp, really cool people like Greg the Greek, who's come on, and already I feel like, especially if we get a touchdown here, I'm going to be loving this.
No, you're going to get a field goal probably at least.
Yeah. No, but you're right. This the high altitude and the defense is wearing down, and that was a good call. That was a good theory. I like thinking ahead like that too, and trying to anticipate. So I think we think a lot alike in a lot of ways, Greg. Actually,
I think it's good. I think it's also good to have a target in mind when you're trying to target a side or whatever. Of course, you can come up with a one on the spot when you're looking at it, and that can always change how you view it. But a lot of times, I think it's better to try to find your spot that you're looking for and then pouncing on it.
Right. Well, that was definitely the moment. It was the best line that it had all night.
Yeah, I think you might have got it when it bottomed out, actually.
Yeah. At the exact moment, really nice. I was hitting refresh, because I didn't want to have that happen to me again, where the line was adjusted in that split second.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff with that people need to be understand what the computer's doing when it's doing all that loading stuff and rejecting, because that's really that's how they're gaining their slight edge on you, is because.
And so that's what I've heard. That you should wait until commercials to do it.
Yeah, in a way, that's true. I mean, then you can't really take advantage of the nuance of situations, you know what I mean? Like for instance, if I'm watching college basketball and I see two blown calls and I know a makeup call is coming the other way, that sort of thing, you can't quantify that in the number. It's not quantified in the number most times. You just have to be watching to know that, or that sort of thing, if you're even looking for that sort of thing.
No, seriously, yeah, it's hard to quantify that sort of thing into a line. I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, in the NFL, one thing I've noticed, and I'd be curious for you guys to start looking out for this. I've noticed it especially in the primetime games for when they're trying to keep the sharp side in the game, that sort of thing. Yeah. I've noticed what they'll do is a few things. First of all, the penalty stuff is obvious, but the spotting of the ball, right?
Okay.
I've noticed this over the course of a couple seasons, that the team that they're helping out, they give really favorable spots to, and reverse to the team that they're not helping. And it's very obvious if you watch enough football and know what a good spot is versus a bad spot.
Listen, to be honest, yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, no, what? Oh. And I never thought of it. I never thought of it that way.
Seriously,
but
I've noticed it, and it's. I mean, it could be just in my head, but I'm telling you, man, that is for real.
Now that you mention it, though, I've noticed stuff like that also. Yeah.
No, dude, it's too coincidental. It's you're like, and it's like when it matters too, like it's like a first
Right.
down or like stops the clock or like it's
Exactly.
always like really impactful. And I
Yeah,
noticed like that's what they do, and it's just like it kills their momentum. I think the players know it too, like they're screwing us, and like it hurts them mentally, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I could see like to me it's like sometimes I see it seems like it could be like coming for a backdoor cover, and a guy kind of gets hit, but he still goes out of bounds, and the guy's winding the clock.
Yup.
Like, oh no, he's just out of bounds.
What happened? Wait, what happened in that San Francisco game where the ball just like spewed out?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't see it live. I watched it today, and I was like, "What was that?"
Who paid that guy? Like, that was ridiculous.
And supposedly it went down in the official scorer sheet as some guy from the Cardinals batted it back. I don't. Yeah, it just seemed to come firing out of a pile. Like it was like
I'd never seen anything like that before.
No.
All I know is I was up like by 3 points, and 40 seconds later I lost the temporary spread cover, and I was like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
It was bad.
I'm just checking all of our different platforms here. As I say, it would be cool to have more people on Mixer, but it's neat that we're doing it live to every single platform at once. There's a field goal. Hey, I'll take it. And we still got some time here for the Bolts to come down and get one.
You were on, there's definitely there's easily a field goal left. You were on Dallas tonight, right, Nick?
Yeah, that was, I also had Portland.
I wanted to,
but Dallas was my big one. Yeah.
I didn't want to go against Popovich. Aren't they on like a 4 or 5 game
they are
losing streak?
They are, and normally I would never. I love going against. I mean, I like, of course, betting on teams that are on big losing streaks like that. But I just think Dallas had lost the 2 in a row before they pulled out the win in their last game. This is a divisional contest. I mean, Dallas is just as hungry as San Antonio, so throw the hunger factor out the window. And I just think this is the last game of San Antonio's long trip. Dallas wants to kick this team while it's down. They're not going to take anything for granted here after those 2 losses to the Knicks in like a week there. And so, yeah, that was my reasoning behind that. Also, a big man in San Antonio there, they lost that last game. And LaMarcus Aldridge had a huge game, and the veteran, I just think he's not going to have the back-to-back monster games. He just doesn't have it in him anymore. He's not Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
Older. Yeah.
And so, and that's what I'm hoping. I like anyways. It. Yeah.
It's telling Tim. I hate the NBA too, obviously, for the obvious reasons. But I think that you can find value in live. Because it's so crazy, that's what makes it good in a weird way for live. Mm-hmm. Because you can you get these ridiculous numbers, and then you get in situations where your bet can't lose. It's actually really crazy because you'll get the swing. One thing I can tell you that is a big one is if the team that is winning at halftime a lot of times. Usually, and this happens a lot in college basketball too. The team that's winning at halftime a lot of times, usually the third quarter spread goes the opposite way of whatever the trend was been for the game.
Right.
So if the favorite was been losing, they'll usually have a good third quarter and vice versa.
Yeah, if the favorite's down at half.
Yeah, all sorts of, that especially.
Well, this last update, Auburn's up 31 with 4 minutes to play. So,
and so that was one of your picks in the Discord. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right.
I think Auburn line. I think the line was 14.
Right.
So I think it was the only play. I think it was the only play I put in Discord. Like I said, I after a good weekend, a really good weekend, I don't know. I woke up this morning just
Not
felt like
feeling
why
it.
push it? Why
You
push
shouldn't.
it?
That's the right attitude, man.
You know, I just think why push it and why, and and on covers why I don't want to be like, oh, I had a great weekend, and then say, okay, here's 8 plays or something, and then just give it all back. So
Yep. Look
you
how
know,
easily they're moving this football though now. It's
Yeah,
like
no, that was a great call,
effortlessly.
Greg.
They're not even using timeouts.
No, you whether it
so,
goes
so Greg, do you have any? Oh, go ahead, Nick.
whether it goes over or not, you correctly predicted that. It looked like the field was awful. It looked like the altitude was getting to them, to the offense. You know what I mean? And they just couldn't do
They
anything.
couldn't move the
But
ball.
then all of a sudden, in just the start of the second quarter, then it's the defense starting to get gassed. So
Yeah, this is great, dude. I hope you guys continue to have it. What were you gonna ask, Dan?
Oh, do you have any thoughts on college football national championship?
Oh yeah, so I actually have I put a little bit on preseason on LSU at 50-1 to win it, as well as Georgia at 8-1. I don't like to bet like Bama or Clemson because it's just not worth. Like,
Right.
I might as well just bet them outright when the time comes. Like, I can almost get the same number as what I could have got preseason for both.
Right.
Or Clemson at least. Ohio State would have been a nice one, but I mean, as far as like what's going to happen,
Yeah, what do you think?
or with the futures.
No, what do you think is gonna happen? Well, I know that you got LSU and Georgia. I just wondered, what do you think?
Did Ohio State get that kid back? The defensive kid? I feel like that's gonna matter. I feel like they're gonna need everyone. Yeah, I think. For the playoffs, they're gonna need him. I don't know. Georgia seems so much like a fringe team to me with the way they've performed. They haven't really shown out in any big game, like, to me. And like, I know their defense is like gonna keep them in any game, but they're kind of like the San Francisco of they're kind of like the San Francisco of college football. Like, they have a really great defense, but I'm not so sure like their offense can hang with the best offenses and that sort of thing.
So, but coming SEC championship game, you're gonna be rooting for Georgia.
flag.
I will be because of my future, but
because that way you can get both, maybe get both of them in.
Yeah, because LSU will probably get in no matter what. They wouldn't make them play each other again, though, right? They wouldn't be matched against each other. I can't see them both getting in. They're going to squeeze in. To me, they're going to try to squeeze back in, like, Oklahoma or Oregon or something. Like, who knows? But, like, I have a feeling, like, something's going to shake out. Like, it's going to work in their favor, so to speak, so that they don't have, like, as much of a dilemma.
But here's the thing: if LSU wins, well, Georgia's out.
Yeah.
If Georgia wins, I think they will both be in, and then it'll probably be Ohio State 1, Clemson 2, then 3 and 4.
Yeah. So, like, what
So-
last year they let Clemson play who? Notre Dame, right? And
Yeah.
it was a freaking cakewalk. Yeah. Like, that was an easy.
Notre Dame should never be allowed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was on like the team total under for that game for Notre Dame. That was a bad matchup for them. Yeah, they should not be in it. It was just because of their record, and that's what they avoided by making like Baylor lose this past week. Because Baylor couldn't beat any of these teams. But do you think Oklahoma? Like, I don't know if Oklahoma belongs in talk. And as bad as Georgia's been, it's kind of like, especially without Tua playing, they're not even gonna want Alabama.
No. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. If Georgia loses, then they're out. But then it's gonna be Utah or Oregon if they win out. And
Utah,
they'll play for the Pac-12 championship
against Oregon.
Yeah, and one of them will get in if Oregon loses to LSU. One of those two will get it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what they want, but like, do they play anybody else they can lose to? Any of those teams, Oregon or Utah? Like, I don't know their schedule.
I don't think so.
They knowing where they come from, they probably don't, other than their championship game. They don't play anyone good.
You guys, we're coming down to the end here on this first half.
Yeah.
And this was totally successful, Greg. You killed it. You're a really great guest, seriously, and you know your stuff for sure, man. And so I want to have you on all the time. Whenever you want to come on, I would love to have you come on. Because, the live betting...
Yeah, I'm hoping I can help you guys grow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it does... it does make it easy. It makes it easier. And if it's not you or anybody, Nick, if you get anybody, it's just easier. I mean, I don't even need to be a first half or first quarter or whatever. Right. I don't need to be by myself. Get somebody else on here. It's just better to have a three-way...
It is.
Four-way, whatever.
No question.
It's just a better dialogue.
Yeah.
It's just a better dialogue.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That the show has gone from me sitting here by myself for like 4 hours to having a second guest to now having 3 guests. So let's just next week. It's every time it's getting better. So
exactly.
Let's see this field goal made, you guys, and then we're gonna bow out. And
all right.
You gotta next time you guys have me on. You gotta give me like the link well before like. And what I can do is I can help spread it to some people I know. And
of course, buddy.
I got a couple friends. So my one buddy, and that's the guy I'm responsible for, causing that drama in your Discord the other day.
Well, it's okay, man. I don't care. I want to have. I like drama and I like all that as long as it's not racist.
No, it was
We're
just
from
like
me and Dan are from the Wager Talk days. That's how we met. That's how I know Dan is from the old original Wager Talk forum, like before. I mean, it was just when the internet was just coming alive.
It was a chat room that got like it started out pretty good.
I know exactly what it was. It was like a forum, a chat forum online, and then all of a sudden you guys like became closer. But like my question is this. Do you guys know? Because so the reason I was going back and forth with that guy is because that kid on your Discord or whatever posted 3 plays that my buddy, whose dad I've been following for like 10 years, he started his own Twitter. And that's the only reason I even found Shooter's because of him. Because Shooter posted it on his Twitter, okay? And because he was helping promote for Shooter. And that's the only reason why I even found Shooter's Discord. But this kid, he posts plays, and this guy was like making it seem like those were his cap plays, and he was posting them. I'm like, if you're gonna steal like my buddy's plays, like at least give him credit for like the fact that like you're going on his Twitter and stealing his plays and posting them like they're your own in the Discord. But would you remember? Because his dad started a forum years ago, and it probably would have been around the same time. Actually, maybe it would have been slightly after, but it was called sportsforumpicks.com.
I don't remember.
No. Yeah, so his dad's, like you guys were a part of, started his own forum and would do videos. And then he started about a year ago to the date his own YouTube channel. And the amount, I mean, he had, like I told you before, like he had a foundation because of his dad and a YouTube channel that pre-existed and followers like me that knew his dad and stuff. But like, I saw that guy grow. I mean, he already got a sponsor. He got bought up by another sponsor. You know what I mean? Like, a channel bought him out and that sort of thing. And like,
what do you think about coming on Thursday night?
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I'm usually watching the games and I'm on the Discord, so you can always shoot me a message to see if I'm around. But I'm usually always watching live because I like to be on top of hedging situations.
Yes.
Well,
you guys, you know what?
Yeah.
Why don't we end it here? Okay.
That was great. Thanks.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, Greg and Dan.
Thanks for coming on.
I like getting the knowledge from you guys. You guys know what you're doing, so.
And so do you, obviously, for sure. And let's all cheer in this over in the second half.
Absolutely. Did that feel good go through? Yep, we're good, man.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I'll catch you guys Thursday, man.
All right,
Okay,
gentlemen.
cool.
Thank you
Talk to
guys
you in
so
the
much.
Discord,
You guys were great. Thank you so much.
Peace, man.
All right. All right, Dan. Thank you, sir.
All
Take
right.
care. Okay. Bye for now. All right, you guys. That was it for tonight. That was a great show. That was one of our best ones. So we'll be back. You guys saw the live wagers. We gave out tons of information. We had a lot of fun. People subscribed. It was great. So we'll be back. We're going to keep evolving the show. Nothing set in stone. Thank you so much for everything, you guys.